until the recordings have finished uploading. We recommend using Wi-Fi. Got it. Oh shit, was that live, brother? And I'm sitting there reading.
He heard you say Wi-Fi.
Thank God. Yeah. It was like a pop-up, innit? I just started reading it. I was like, yeah, screw it.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. Wait, are we live? Have we gone live?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I thought this was going to be a pre-recording night. You got me just laying down on my bed and that, bro. Come on now. You didn't say nothing about live.
Tim said it, though.
I know. Come on, bro.
When did I say that? Hold on. First of all, before, because this is all on live, Richard, what would have been the difference between you laying down on the pre-recording and laying down on a live? They would still see the same thing when the footage came out.
Yeah, I know, but I'd have time to, build up to not caring about it. This was just kind of sprung on me, innit? Like, this is just not fair, innit?
Communication.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not doing this. I can't be catching heat a couple of weeks before I see this man for about 4 days. Like, I just can't. No, that's no. I'm not having that. Okay.
I'm at the East Gate. You didn't tell us what gate you was at.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to Ginyu Talk. Got a cool episode for you guys here, but before we get into all of that good stuff, we've got the usual suspects. We've got Kyo Tim times 10. We got Richie from the Oxford Card Show, ready to talk some Dragon Ball. Is everybody all good? Excluding my communication skills.
Yeah, that's in the gutter.
And your
your communication skills are on Bio Broly. That's what they're on. They're on Bio Broly, okay?
Oh God, yeah. Shout out to Monarch on Instagram. So cool. Let's get into some ball talk, because I got a couple of interesting stuff for you guys here. So I think on previous episodes we've all kind of come to the conclusion that we all believe that the Cell Saga is probably the best of the Dragon Ball Z arcs, or one of the best. But what I wanted to ask you guys is, what do you think? What would you say the Saiyan Saga, the Frieza Saga, and the Buu Saga did better than the Cell Saga? It does just little tidbits that they did better than the Cell Saga itself.
I know with the Namek and Frieza saga, all that, I would say the build up to Super Saiyan is done better. Like the whole
the storytelling,
and all that. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think Cell Saga really did put that into effect. But if you're looking at the overall getting to Super Saiyan and the prophecy of it, I always talk about that prophecy. It's that's what it did better than was that right there. I think, don't get me wrong, I think going to Super Saiyan 2 was done very well, but the heightness of Super Saiyan 2 was done by the narrator, right? It wasn't done by the story. It was done by ever since he was 4 years old, we've watched a young Gohan just get beat down over and over again, right? That's all we just kept on.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the Namek saga how it was boosted up through the story itself.
And kind of how you feel about that is even though Super Saiyan wasn't mentioned in the Saiyan saga, it just felt like a flowing continuation all the way through up until Super Saiyan. Whereas in the Cell saga, you've got you sort of knew something had to come. You know what I mean? There had to be something that was coming. And everyone was talking about Frieza this, Frieza that, and you don't see him for ages. And you're just building up, who is this Don? You know what I mean? Who is this guy? And then he turns up.
He pulls up in a wheelchair. Let's be honest, that thing he's levitating, but it's like a wheelchair, type of thing. So that was go on ahead though. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you.
No. I agree with you, man. And that's what I mean. The whole, just the way it all played out, it was way better. Don't get me wrong. Cell has one of the best entrances ever. He has one of the best entrances, but I think the difference was with, and we can use Akira Toriyama here because he never actually intended to make Cell. You know, the androids were meant to be the final boss, you know, so it was kind of like he just threw that in there towards the end, and I think that's why his entrance was so good. But the difference with Frieza is like that was planned. Like that was all planned, you know what I mean, going through. So the way the storytelling was done was just perfect, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting because we got Monarch on Instagram who said the Buu saga expanded into beings far greater than man-made creatures and their beings greater than Saiyans and Frieza. I think that's what he said. He thinks was probably done a bit better in terms of because it expanded on that. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, like it expanded. I can say like it made it easier to grasp like gods of destruction and angels because we saw like the Kaioshin. So it did open up like a wider lore type of thing. It did. Honestly, I think the creativity of the Buu saga is where it really excels at because you get Goten who's doing like the dimensional rift, the kamikaze ghost, you get the fusions, you get Majin Buu doing all this crazy stuff. As far as like anything story wise, though, I don't think the Buu saga excels at anything other than creativity.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Even though I do love the Buu saga, man, it's one of my ones that I hold favorite. But I would agree there was, story wise, there's not really much of a story. It's just Pink Blob turns up and you know what I mean? That's basically it, innit? Everyone's scared of him.
Yeah,
you know,
it's pretty much used as like a carrier for Vegeta to like kind of wrap up his arc. But other than that, there is no true connection to the Dragon Ball story. It's not used as Buu itself is used as a connection point for everything after. But Cell is where like the direct connection to Goku's story ends at, right?
I agree with
it goes
Red
from
Ribbon
Red
Army
Ribbon to
and
Red
stuff.
Ribbon,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's where, not to sleep on Pilaf or anything, but the story truly starts when he goes after Red Ribbon, and then it ends at Gohan beating Red Ribbon, right? Like,
and then you've got like also like even with the Frieza and the Saiyan saga, you've got if you want to take that into account, it kind of does like Vegeta's backstory, like sort of. You know what I mean? It runs in with Vegeta's backstory, so you kind of get like Vegeta's closure in the Saiyan / Namek saga, Goku's closure in the Cell saga, and then Buu just pops up, and then everything, like Tim said, after that is pretty much adapted around Buu and his story. Then, like Daima, with Daima, even GT with Oob, if you want to count GT.
Even like introducing us to like Beerus and stuff, right? Like that ties in with, because Beerus directly ties into the Kaioshin, right? So like it's all connected. But before that, there is like the only connection that they have is, Babidi felt Gohan go Super Saiyan 2, so that's why they're there. That's what it was. Like the whole universe felt that at that point, which is actually a crazy feat that people don't talk about. Like the whole universe felt it to the point that Kaioshin from another realm popped up.
You know what? I never even looked at it like that, to be fair, bro.
Like I don't know where Babidi was beforehand, but the fact that Shin knew where they were going next. I know you hate Kaioshin. I know you hate.
well, hold on. You might be slightly wrong there, because they were going there because they hid Buu's shell or egg on Earth, didn't they? That's what they did. They hid it on Earth because it had such a low power level reading. That's what they did. They left it there, thinking that nobody would go and look for it.
Yeah, but the reason why they went to, and I might be wrong, but they felt because why else would he be like, I know they're coming to Earth next because.
Only because that's where Buu's egg was. That's why it was on Earth. They had to know
where. Like they had to know. I guess if they were tracking Babidi, then they didn't need to necessarily feel anything. But the fact that Babidi felt it somewhere else is still kind of insane to me.
Yeah, I think Monarch's come back. He says, "Where's Tarbell? We all know he's out there in the universe."
To be fair, they should just bring him in. They may as well, innit? Like I've got to agree with him in that, innit? Like.
They should have
And
him
why the
fight
hell did you say
Taba.
Tarbell, bruv? It's Tarbell.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
You, bro.
Shit. Oh, my bad.
Communication.
Communications.
That reminds me of when he butchered Turles' name. I forgot how he even said the name, but he butchered it. It was like he said like Turles or something. Like I can't even remember. I can't physically say it myself. That's how much he butchered it. I can't physically bring myself to say it.
This guy's meant to be a Dragon Ball fan as well, bro. He can't even get the names right.
Whoa. Pronunciation. Hit me hard. Now, all right. And then kind of just the other thing is like in your, this is just more of a fan for yourselves as fans itself. What would you say is more of an iconic beam blast, the Vegeta Goku in the Saiyan saga, or the finale between Cell and Gohan? So not which one's better, like as in like which one is more.
Bruv, you can't compare the two. So as an OG fan, like a true OG
no, but that's
fan,
like I wasn't comparing, but I mean for you.
But what I mean is like people most prominently remember the Cell versus Gohan. That's the one that they always remember. But if you actually want to take true like struggle and battle and real life on the line kind of shit, it was that Kaioken versus the Gallic Gun, the Kamehameha wave, and then versus the Gallic Gun. I remember that. I thought that was epic. You know, we all thought he'd finished Vegeta with that, and obviously Vegeta just come back on some bad man stuff. But if you ask the general fan, they will say, yeah, Cell versus Gohan, it's Kamehameha wave. Or, well, they'll say the father and son Kamehameha wave because it's iconic, but it's so fermented in time in the sense of they make trading cards of it. There's like collectible memorabilia of just that one scene. They recreated it in the Broly, is it the Second Coming movie? Do you know what I mean? When they use Goten? Yeah, that's what I mean. So they just fermented that in time. Well,
but let's not forget they recreate the Vegeta and Goku thing all the time within the series. I mean, even during the last movie, Superhero, they made the homage of it of having Vegeta up in the tree and Goku down on the ground, right? Like they kind of did like the same thing, and like I think that in pop culture, I think that one is more mimicked, right? In pop culture, I think they mimic and show homage to it more than the father-son Kamehameha. Don't get me wrong, the father-son Kamehameha is incredible, but when you take a look at the series, it's like this is when you knew that we were taking it to a whole nother level when you saw that first beam clash, because he had to do what, three and a half. He didn't even go up to a whole 4. Like he had to do like a half of a boost, and Vegeta was Gallic Gun. He was like, oh, I'm about to lose, like all that other stuff building up, and still didn't win.
I gotta be honest as well. Yeah, I'll be real. I love the Gallic Gun. I think the Gallic Gun is so epic. I don't know why. I just like it. I like the way I like the position of it. I like the way. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I love the Kamehameha wave, innit? Everyone loves the Kamehameha wave, but the Gallic Gun, I love that shit, bro. Innit? It's epic. You know, why are you laughing, bro?
The one thing I miss about the Kamehameha is the whole motion of doing it.
Yeah, setting it up.
Yeah, like the whole like moving the arms like you're capturing the key type of thing. That's the one thing I miss the most. I wish they would just bring it back sometimes. Like they brought it back in Daima, I believe.
Daima,
yeah. This man Ginyu over here having a giggle fit.
I know, like laughing about the Gallic Gun.
No, I'm not even that. It was on Instagram because I think it's Bamba from Same Convo jumped in, and then he's just like Baldies Unite #twin. So I didn't say, it just threw me off. It threw the shit.
Wait, am I bold?
Nah. I think he's got a clean shave as well.
The
dude that wrote it, so he's basically shouting out to Tim, basically saying like Baldies Unite. So that's the shit that fucked me up.
Fuck, man, I'm gonna have to grow this shit out.
Bro. No, but I think I honestly I agree. I think as you know, as a Gohan stan, I love Gohan. And the beam clash that he had with Cell was fantastic. But when you really do look back at it itself, as Tim and Rishi were saying, both of you guys, there was so much. It really felt like it was life or death. Goku had to do it. He had already gone against everything that King Kai had said in terms of the levels of
breaking
Kaioken,
the levels,
that he had to use, to the point where with the art style that he had to, the muscles were so bulging, and then just as he shot, and it had that whole red flame.
Another thing as well is, I think with the father and son Kamehameha wave, it wasn't really the beam struggle. It was more the speech that Goku was doing. The fact that Piccolo gave the speech, I won't just stand there, and allowed it, and then just jumps in as well. Then Krillin jumps in. Yamcha and Tien are just like, sorry, we're not built like this. Boom, they jump in. Do you know what I mean? And then Vegeta at the end hitting the Big Bang attack, which distracted him. Like, I think that whole thing in a combination is what made that so iconic. Like the whole speeches and the heart feel and the music. Whereas with Goku and Vegeta, it was literally the beam clash and what had happened. Like, like you said, the Kaioken breaking limits and Vegeta's pride as the Saiyan Prince. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was completely different.
I'd also argue that there's a chance that Gohan, the father-son Kamehameha, might be more popular and iconic because it beat a villain. Meanwhile, the Saiyan and Namek saga flow effortlessly into each other, that people would think they would think Super Saiyan over the Beam Clash, right? Like because they think the Saiyan saga, because it does flow effortlessly into it, because he meets Raditz, denies who he is, and then during Namek, he's like, I am a Saiyan. After, for some reason, he sees Vegeta naked in his mind.
To be fair, when I was a kid, I didn't even know that there was a different saga. I assumed that the Saiyan saga, the Namek saga, and the Freeze were all the same thing. That's what I thought. And I think also Tim's right in the sense of is that they beat a villain, but not just a villain, like everybody's favorite villain. Most people would agree that Cell is the best villain, so I think that leans into it as well.
Probably the most rewatched arc, honestly.
Yeah, I would probably say. So when you say the best villain, because when you how do you measure that? Because
by popularity, just by popularity.
Sure. Okay.
But everybody knows, before we even get to it, I know you're going to bring it up. Dr. Gero is the best villain ever, right?
I wasn't actually going to bring that
up.
I'm
putting it out there because I know there's a couple man watching this. I'm putting out Dr. Gero is the best evil villain out there, innit? I'm just putting that out there. All right.
I wasn't a believer at first until Richie and Mike actually like really put it into like my mind's eye. Like everything that revolves around Red Ribbon is because of Gero, and that was always what gave Goku a hard time. Even the last movie, Postmortem, revolved around Gero. Like they recreated Cell, the android, the Gammas are based off of the cyborgs, right? Like they're all based off of his technology. It was his grandson. It was all this stuff that came. It really is Gero, and I think people sleep on it because he died so quickly by 17 and 18. But in Postmortem, he brought us Cell, not just one Cell, but 3 different Cells because of different timelines. To create a being so sentient out of everybody's cells.
Also,
from above.
One of the androids back in OG Dragon Ball would have killed Goku. Would have outright killed him if his battery didn't die, which was Major Metallotron? Or whatever, that big dude in the tower, the Red Ribbon Army tower.
You talking about the Skullhead one?
Was it the Skullhead one?
That was because I think that was Android number 1 was the Skullhead.
I remember his name was Major Metallotron.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think. Right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And his battery died. But he was on the verge of beating Goku. Like, he was bashing the crap out of him. He would have killed him. but his battery died, and then Goku just ran upstairs. Literally ran upstairs. So, you know, Dr. Jiro, he's been putting in work since day one. And I know my man likes to argue, well, he's not evil. He's just a scientist. Like, bruv, you have to be evil.
Scientist.
Yeah, thank you. You have to be evil to do that. Like, you have to be evil. You have to have sinister plots.
You can make the argument that Jiro really wasn't like evil per se when he was with the Red Ribbon Army. He was just working for the Red Ribbon Army at the time. But after Goku destroyed the base, destroyed all of his work, that's when he was hell-bent on revenge. Now, it comes from a bridge, but I think there's a strong argument that Goku inadvertently killed his son, which is 16, right? When he blew up the base. I think there is an argument there for that, even though that's like abridged only material, I believe. So it's not necessarily official canon, but I think you can, I think headcanon wise, it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, because then he brought Android 16, which is based off of his son, innit? And he was specifically programmed to kill Goku. Like, that was his sole mission, to get revenge on Goku. And you even notice after he gets repaired by Bulma and he meets Goku, he still has like that hesitation towards him. Like, realistically, I should smash you in right now, but I'm not gonna allow it because Cell's here right now. Do you know what I mean? That kind of I don't think he would have ever been a friend.
Fight, though. I really wish I would have gotten that.
That would have been.
We were robbed.
I mean, to be fair, if you want to be honest about it, 16 would have absolutely waxed him, bro. Like, it wouldn't even have been competition, because Android 17 would have absolutely waxed 19 and 20, and they were beating Goku as well.
No, I can't. I can't give you. I can't give you that he lost the 19, but I think he was stronger than 19. He just ended up having a harder
been stronger, but I don't think he would have beat Cell at that point, and I don't think that he would have beat even Android 17 or even 18 at that point. No, I don't think he would have beat them. Yeah, whereas Android 16 was like way more stronger than 17, and he was meant to be the stronger out of the two. So he was way stronger than 17 to the point where, like, he made beating Cell just look easy. He made it look like a walk in the park. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, even when talking about Jiro, you have to bring up his wife, Android 21, as well, because that's all based off of his technology. Now, I know she's only in the game, but she's a menace. Like, she fused with Boo. Like, she didn't fuse actually with Boo. Like, she had got like Boo's DNA and became a Majin herself, type of thing. Like, this is all based off of Jiro's technology. Now, she might have had some hand in creating it, of course, but it was all based off of his Android technology.
Yeah, and if you want to put it to the point where you brought up the superhero movie, because of Jiro's technology, they were able to make Cell, and if he would have come back as full power, nobody would have been able to have beat him. Like, literally nobody would have been able to have beat him. And again, that was all Jiro's research, you know. So, the guy had limitless. He was a limitless villain.
Think about this. He made humans and the androids with unlimited energy and stamina.
That you can't even detect.
Can't even detect.
Basically, God key. Like, you know
I mean, to the point where even in the stadium during the Tournament of Power, nobody could sense them.
None. Yeah, that's very true.
And then I think Monarchs just basically said, people forget in the manga, Jiro was on demon time during the Android arc.
Yeah. Don't forget he made Yamcha into a donut instantly.
Literally.
He saw Yamcha and just straight.
Yeah. And let's be real, Yamcha at that point in time, he weren't weak. Like, I know a lot of people like to say that he's weak, but he weren't weak. He was
training during this.
He was powerful at that point. Like, he would have
at least stood up on what, 300 Gs, 100 Gs. I can't remember exactly what.
Bro, he would have basically he would have one-shotted pretty much most at that point in time. He would have one-shotted most people from Saiyan and Frieza saga. You know, I'm not sure he would have beat Frieza, but he would have one-shotted like Zarbon, Ginyu, all of that shit. He would have rammed through them at that point, bro. His level was high. So? I think so, bruv. His level was high at that point, bruv. Like, why would he even attempt to try and help if he knew his level weren't there? We've seen later on in the series when he knows he's completely outmatched. He's like, bro, I'm not even coming. Like, it's just pointless. Absolutely pointless.
Where during the Moro arc, he joins and fights. Where would you put the thugs that he fought at compared to like the Ginyu Force? I don't think they would be stronger than the Ginyu. I'll be honest. I don't think those are stronger than the Ginyu Force.
Do you not think so?
Or maybe they're Ginyu level, but
yeah,
I
I
don't
would say
think
probably
they're
Ginyu level
than,
at least.
Yeah, I don't think they're stronger than Captain Ginyu.
Yeah. What his lackeys that were in?
Yeah, because Captain Ginyu was at what, like 90,000 or something like that, 120,000.
Nah, he was because he was scared when Goku went past 60,000. And he said
he was higher than 60.
Yeah, he said he was closing in on my power level. Like he was coming close to his power level. So I would have probably put him around 75, maybe 80,000. I wouldn't have said he was higher than that because when Goku hit 120, he was absolutely shook.
Yeah, Goku was 120.
It was just like I have to have that body.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ginyu was at 90,000, maybe 85 or something. But I'm pretty sure he was at 90,000. But I don't know. It just
but if you're putting Krillin, most people put Krillin by Super at like fucking Super Saiyan 3 level. So if we're gonna put Krillin at Super Saiyan 3 level, which I think is ludicrous, then you got to put Yamcha around at least Super Saiyan, a bit less than Super Saiyan at the Cell Andrew saga, because they trained non-stop for like 2-3 years with Piccolo, all of them boys.
I think where the humans shine at is that they're tacticians. They're not just strength based, right? Like Krillin, a lot of people sleep on Krillin, but Krillin is a true technician when it comes to fighting. That's why I tell people all the time, if you put Krillin in a tournament with most people, right, with tournament rules and stuff like that, I think he's beating most people in a tournament.
I still can't agree with that, man, innit? Because they're just like, do you remember that scene in Dragon Ball Z where they got to test their strength on the punch bag and Vegeta just hits it and it goes flying into the wall? That is literally what would happen to Krillin if Vegeta hit him at full power.
I don't think he would. I mean, because Krillin has weasel moves. He's got weasel techniques, right? He's got the solar flare. He can control the Kienzan and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have him in, the only thing is, like, there is no regulations against flying in a tournament. So even if he cut the ground below him, anybody else could still fly. But like, I still believe, like, if you put him into a tournament setting and they have to follow tournament rules, he's beating most people because he's a martial artist at heart, right? Like he mastered the Kame way. Now maybe that's just cope because of how I look at Krillin, but I still think he's up there as a technician.
But to be fair though, bruv, that's like saying that if you put Master Roshi in a tournament Turner style thing, that he would max most man, bro, because he's literally just
look at what he did in the Tournament of Power, though.
Oh yeah, but come on, man, innit?
Look at what Tien did in the Tournament of Power, and I know that's somewhat of a bad argument because of how Krillin went out. Relentless. But how Krillin went out was Frost knocking him out because he got too big headed, right? After knocking some people out, but the way that they were actually they were specifically picked for the tournament, not because of their strength, but because of how they fight in tournaments.
Yeah, they understand tournament rulings. Yeah. I get it.
So that's because the whole TOP was based off of the Budokai.
Rules, right? World Martial Arts Tournament and that. Yeah.
So I think if you look at it in that aspect, it's like
I like how they did that, right? With the no flying and stuff like that, right? I thought that was really cool. But if you actually watch Super, half the time, most of them are flying, man, innit? Like, let's be real. Like, if you want to class them as jumping and gliding, then fair, cool, innit? Like, but come on, man. Like,
they jumping across the whole arena.
Whole thing, that's what I mean. They should have just made it like there was like zero gravity to the point where you couldn't jump off. Like, you could jump a little bit, but it was like normal man jump or some shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Because by the what time they got to like Jiren at the end, it was like Goku and Frieza were just flying through the air with him, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Jesus Christ, bro. Like,
but you can also like be like, you know, the Zenos just liked seeing it, so they just allowed it, right? Like you can just look at it, even though they didn't tell us something like that. It does look like they're flying though, because they have the aura around them when they're pushing Jiren off, and that's like aura based type, you know, flying type stuff. You see that white aura around people that fly.
And then I think Relentless just said, what's up? And then he just said, fuck Vegeta, so we all remember. And then he just left. And then
man,
and then Monarch said, Yamcha continued to train like if Yamcha continued to train like in OG Dragon Ball, and after the Cell games, he might have been the strongest human on Earth.
I don't think he's ever getting stronger than Krillin. I don't think he's getting stronger.
I don't know, man, innit? Like I don't know, because let's be honest, you say he wouldn't get stronger than Krillin, but he trains with Krillin. He trains with TN. If like he's talking like if he stayed training with them, man, the whole time, I'm with it, man. He might have been the strongest human, bro.
Yeah, but Krillin's training with 18.
Oh yeah, good point.
He's trained. Like I get what you're saying, because that would like whenever he's training with Yamcha, it would elevate Yamcha, but he's constantly training with 18, and I'm pretty sure Goku would come train with Krillin if he seen like Krillin was really serious. Right? Like,
do you know what else though, bro? Why don't they ever use that thing that Mr. Popo done back in the Saiyan saga, where he turned them back into that Saiyan planet, where they fought those like ancient Saiyans and stuff like that? Why they could have just went in there and kept refighting Cell and like just maxing out all the time, innit? Like I don't know.
Well,
man,
they kind of did something like that with Baba. Isn't that her name? They kind of did something like that in Super.
Yeah. Well, when they go to that forest where Master Roshi sends him to the forest.
Yeah, but it was really to get Krillin his anxiety of fighting out of the way. Yeah. Granted, he dies and he dies a lot. Like I understand. Like they just it's kind of become a meme at this point in time. But if I died as much as him, like bro, I've already died 2 times. My body exploded. And like they had like the dragon just fucked with me so much that he gave me a new body. I wasn't supposed to come back, bro. I'm sitting this out. Last time we fought a piece of bubble gum and I almost died. Like I got turned into chocolate by a piece of bubble gum. Like come on,
and then nearly killed while I was already dead again.
Yeah.
There.
Now that comes up to a question. Because we know if somebody dies once they're dead, their spirit's gone. Could they be wished back to life though?
Well, as in if
or
you
is
double
it like
die?
being Hakkai'd?
Maybe with the Super Dragon Balls? Would they?
I mean, do you mean when you double die? Like when you die?
So with the halo around your head, remember Goku says to Vegeta, "If you die here, that's it. You won't be able to come back." Yeah. Super Dragon Balls. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I think Super Dragon Balls. Yes.
Begging Zeno if you're Goku, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Zeno can't do nothing. He can't bring people back. He's just the destroyer, and we never met Rhymus yet.
And what about if Whis is there? He could do his 3-minute rewind thing, like to just before you get murked, and then someone come in and help you. Like that's the only other thing.
But is he allowed to do that though? That's the thing.
Is he allowed to do it before? Come on, let's be real.
No,
he's never allowed to do it.
They weren't dead. No, do you mean when Frieza was getting ready to blow up the planet?
Yeah, come on, man. He weren't allowed to do that.
That still is a questionable action from Whis.
Yeah,
he interfered. He still interfered.
Yeah. But he does everything. He still trains them and everything. He's not allowed to train them or nothing.
No, I think he's allowed to train them, because when he trains them, he gives them he doesn't outright tell them what to do. He gives them such broad statements like you need to move like this. You're thinking you're a bit too focused.
Yeah, he gives them wisdom. He doesn't give them training, like actual official techniques and that. He just gives them wisdom. But
I think him trying to get them to hit him is training. I mean, because Beerus said he's not training Vegeta, but he still trains Vegeta, right? Like,
exactly.
I think the whole rewind thing, I really do think that's a questionable action.
That is a questionable action when you look back at it, because
Thank you.
If
unless he pulled it off like,
Maris,
oh, I did it for Beerus because Beerus really liked the food on that planet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna fly over with Zeno, though.
Wouldn't Beerus have to have told him? I don't think. To be fair, I don't think the reprimand comes from Zeno. It comes more from the Grand Priest.
Yeah,
because Zeno's just chilling. So I think the Grand Priest is the one that says, I don't like this, because he was the one that was saying. He was the one that told Whis about, saying to Maris that, like, yeah, Dad ain't gonna be happy with you doing this. He never said Zeno, Lord, Zeno's gonna be pissed. He just said, So I feel like there's, I feel like it's one of those. It might actually be one of those moments where you could probably say it was a bit of a plot hole, because.
Yeah, but I think the whole thing's a plot hole, like, because technically Maurice, like, what was he really doing, bruv? Like, I mean, I know he was training him, but it wasn't much different to what Whis does.
Nah,
he was just throwing punches back.
It was different. He
was emotionally invested. He was probably
I hear it, but he's still, bruv, training is training, whether it's mentally, by wisdom, or anything like that. He's still technically training. They're still technically training.
The thing is, I think the way Whis does it is like a loophole, right?
Yeah,
it's like a loophole, but because he's not swinging back at any of them. He's just jumping out of the way from them, right? That's all he's doing. And he's like,
I don't know, bro. You ever played Dragon Ball Kakarot, bro? Because Whis fucks you up in that, bro.
but like Mirrors was actually like throwing punches back at Goku and like straight up telling him how to take Ultra Instinct to the next level and all this other stuff.
Yeah, fair, yeah, true.
And he wasn't supposed to do any of that, right? Which, honestly, I really appreciate the conversation Goku had with Mirrors at that point in time, because it really dives into Goku keeping villains alive, right? Like, we kind of already knew if you pay attention to the series, but like he straight up says, like, look, man, I just think people can turn around, man. I don't think people are as bad as what you say they are. And it kind of goes with his character of all his friends really were villains at some point in time, or at least antagonists.
Even Krillin, like they didn't get on when they first met. Do you know what I mean? They were, Bulma, everyone. Chi-Chi, she swung blows at him the first time they ever met. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I'll give you that.
An interesting one from Monarch again. He was like, I mean, Whis resurrected Frieza, disrupting the flow of life and death. He plucked a bullet out of Bulma's womb. He got away with a lot of things.
Yeah,
he's right, bruv. He is right there, isn't it? He resurrected, and he was like, it's a gift from Lord Beerus. What gives Beerus is the god of destruction, not the god of giving.
Well, I'll say, I think the TOP is something different, because that was a special occasion that saved the universe. I think anybody would have gotten, if any one of them would have said, like, hey, I got stipulations to join, I think it would have happened, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, like true. 17, Bone was just rich. Like, he didn't even have to make the wish at all. All he had to do was like hit up his sister, like, yo, can you give me a yacht for my family? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I think at that point in time it was, but Whis does interfere more, which is like, where is the line between the two? Because he even told Goku how to beat Moro. Right, like, so it's and where
Beerus was going to jump in on that fight as well. Do you remember? Beerus was like, I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna quickly run in and one shot Moro quickly. Like, I love Beerus's confidence as well. He was like, I shouldn't do this, but let me just go in there and just tuck Moro in quickly and get this done with.
But Beerus can interfere more, though. He just chooses not to. That's the thing. He just chooses not to interfere, which is why Universe 7 has such a low mortal rating. It's because he doesn't interfere with anything. Plus, he made it worse himself by destroying whole civilizations because of like the parfait was nasty. Like
true.
Was it? Yeah, because the other thing is these conversations we have in Manga Woman Doll basically said, "Great, now I want to watch OG Dragon Ball again. Get on it." Then we had another one. And then another one said, Whis finds out little. Sorry, it was Ken said, Whis finds out little loopholes that won't go noticed.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
mean,
like
yeah,
I think
that's-
maybe
we've pretty
birthing
much said-
somebody, like whatever. You just gave somebody a painless birth. That's not really interfering with things. That baby was gonna be born regardless, right?
Yeah.
But it's like the rewinding time thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that was
the
a
main
direct
one.
interference, right? That was so it's like, but also it's like, well, what's the point of being able to rewind time? It must be on a basis type of thing, right? Like an individual case. Like I think,
like, you know, like how he uses it with the Gawasu and Zamasu scenario. I think how he used it then was the correct way of how you're meant to use it, and then Beerus is meant to go in and stop that being happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when Beerus came in and was like, right, we see this happen, blah 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 blah.
Maybe he could make the case like it ruined the mortal rating.
Fair.
So he did it for Beerus. Like, but I don't know what I don't know what they consider interference. I think maybe it's just training. Like, you can't train or beat somebody, but you can do some other stuff, because the only violation we've ever seen was Beerus training Goku.
That's very true.
But I still think I agree with you, Tim. I still feel like him rewinding time is an interference, because, you know, while he tries to say whatever, for the reason being, it was an emotional decision for him to do it, because it was just the planet Earth. They didn't destroy the universe; they destroyed planet Earth. Right.
Yeah. And he just killed Vegeta. He didn't kill anyone else that was there. Yeah. Like, let's be honest, it was just Vegeta out of the Z fighters.
Because he basically gave them a second chance. Which, you know,
I don't think it was an emotional decision on his end, though. I think it was more so it definitely is interference, but I think he wanted to see what Goku and Vegeta could do, because he's seen that one of them would be able to tap into UI, right? I think he already knew Goku had the possibility of doing it, or even Vegeta had the possibility, because they were both only missing one aspect of it. I don't think it was like an emotional tie, more so I want to see what they can do. But
yeah, I want to see where they can go.
It's a yellow flag. I'll say that. It's a yellow flag. It's definitely an interference, but it's not like a death-worthy interference.
Yeah, fair. I'll agree with that.
Right. So okay. So when you say it that way, him rewinding time and bringing them back, and Maris training Goku. How does Maris training Goku become a death? Because
he's directly teaching them angel secrets. Like, he's directly showing them. That's like a magician showing you his tricks. If you're a part of the magic circle and you reveal magician tricks, you get kicked out of the magic circle. Like, it's just that way of doing it. Do you know what I mean? And if you want to put it in that context.
I need to reread that.
And like we said, like, Whis is finding a loophole of how to train them, because he's not technically training them. He's just like
dodging.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, look, man, I don't know what you're doing. Why are you thinking so much? Like, that's all he's doing. Like, he's not directly training him. It's just like Beerus. He was like, yo, I'm not going to train you, Vegeta, but if you want to watch, you can. Like, you can watch, but I'm not going to train you. Like, they're finding loopholes.
He teaches them more like philosophy and like calmness and stuff like that, rather than actually anything physical or like technique wise. Whereas
actually was there. But also that was just a warning, because he seen what was going to happen. Beerus didn't die until he went in to fight Moro.
Yeah, that's true, because he directly intervened in a fight. Yeah, he directly
I think he had a
intervened
yellow flag at first, and then like when he stepped in and shot the gun at Moro, it was like, all right, bro, you gotta get up, man. Which I still hate the fact that Beerus came back. I hate that so much. He should have stayed.
Through Moro?
Dead.
Yeah, at the end of Moro, our Grand Priest brings him back as like a gift to Goku or something like that.
I need to reread that.
Yeah,
I
but there's
thought
no like like emotional like, oh damn, like they actually did lose someone, you know what I mean? Like he just got brought back, like, you know what I mean? So all the emotion of building that up of wow, Maru's got exterminated essentially because he broke the rules, and all that emotional trauma of watching him train Goku and helping him get to that level, and then at the end they're just like, oh, here you are, Goku, here's your lucky keychain back.
And
You know what I mean?
I will say this, right? If we never see Granola again, that would be the best thing for the series, because we're left off at he only has 3 years left to live. So let's just say Granola didn't die after 3 years, we would never know. So now we're sitting at that point of like, damn, he's dead, and Minato is left behind by himself at this point in time. Like,
Yeah.
Unless he went back to the demon realm, right? After that point in time, like,
Yeah.
But other than that, like we're left at the end of that arc. Like Granola is gonna die. He's gonna die in 3 years.
I kind of like that as well, man, innit? Because he can't power up any further than what he is, because that was the whole point of that wish. You know what I mean? So he can't go any further than what he is, and that was the stipulation, is that he dies. Another Dragon Ball shouldn't be able to change another Dragon Ball's fate. That's the way I look at that, man, innit? Like, so I agree.
Unless it's the Super Dragon Balls, but how often are you gonna get them?
Come on, man. Like, yeah, that's just another loophole, man, isn't it?
In
like,
the Demon Realm, Dragon Ball shouldn't be able to affect anything outside of the Demon Realm.
The Demon Realm, yeah, that's it.
The only thing I've always said is, like, I feel like because of how Dinde created the Dragon Balls at such a young age, and he's modified them as he's kind of grown as well. I still feel like outside of Zamala, I feel like eventually Dinde is going to create probably either the strongest or the second strongest Dragon Balls in the series.
I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so. There's no need. He's already powered them up like twice.
No. I'm not saying he's gonna, like, they're not going to show it, but I feel like the trajectory that we see with how he's such a prodigy, I feel like he has that potential to do it.
Do you think Shenron right now is stronger than Purunga?
Shenron is right
yeah,
now,
I would say he's probably stronger than Purunga.
Now,
yeah. You think he's stronger than Namek Purunga?
Yeah,
I would say so, man. Probably now. Yeah.
Now, here's the real question, right? Do you think Shenron is stronger than Torumbo, the one that we saw in the Granola arc? Now, I understand they said like the 2 Dragon Balls is a little bit weaker and all this other stuff, but he has hacks. He has shown hacks, like the whole, like, I can't make you stronger without you, like a monkey's paw type of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's
so
like
could he perform any wish that you want as long as you gave up something, is what you're basically saying.
I think it's gonna be, I think it's an equivalent exchange, because he was like, I can make it. Yeah, I can make you the strongest in the universe, but you're not going to be the strongest forever. You're going to live out for like 3 years and you're done.
Yeah.
I feel like the pecking order right now, if I look at it outside of the Super Dragon Balls, so let's take the Super Dragon Balls out. I think the strongest Dragon Balls right now I would say Demon World Dragon Balls, then I would say Torumbo, and then I would say Shenron, and then I would say Namek Purunga.
Right. Can I ask why you think the Demon Realm? Yeah, I want to know why you think the Demon Realm.
Because the Demon Realm Dragon Balls were made by Neva, right?
Neva, yeah, Neva.
Yeah, and the what's it called? Torumbo was made by Mahito, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on what this is just me putting in some headcanon anyway. So this is what I was thinking. I feel like I feel like Never and Mahito knew each other, bro. I feel like them, because obviously I feel like Mahito was part of the Namekians that left.
Yeah,
they're the ones part of the. Yeah. So I feel like what I think is there's probably some tutelage that was passed down, because I feel like you just don't wake up and you learn how to do it. You learned it from somewhere, and I feel like Never probably passed on to Mahito probably passed on to Guru before he went and done his own thing, and then Guru passed it on to Dinde, and that's it. That's how I saw it.
I just want to, I get what you're saying, but I want to rewind on something right quick. We were talking about dragons not being able to undo stuff from the other dragons, right? Did Demon Realm Purunga undo a wish from Shinron, making them kids, or did they just age up? Because he said, can you turn them back into adults? So is that undoing a wish, or is it just aging them?
Wow.
Yeah, that is very that's very nuanced. Yeah. Turn them back.
I mean, that kind of like the way you worded that makes it sound like he undid the wish.
Was that through the sub or the dub translation for that?
I'm pretty. It was the dub translation, because I just watched.
I've not watched the dub yet, man. Innit? I'll be honest. I've only watched the sub.
Because I think the sub, what I've realized is dub takes a lot of liberties with wording.
Yeah, they change it.
They take a bit of wordings. That is very interesting. I am intrigued, because
I'm pretty sure in the sub, doesn't he say something like, please make them adults again, rather than turn them back to adults? I can't remember whether I'm right or wrong.
Because if it's make them adults again,
that's a whole different wish.
Turn them back to adults is undoing.
Yeah.
So hold on,
someone watching this, Google this shit for us, bruv, innit? Like,
Monarch, can you Google that for us, please?
Yeah. Shit, man, that's baffling.
Okay, hold on. This is the. I'm looking at the sub right now. Oh, this isn't the sub. This is somebody's breakdown. You were saying what though?
I'm pretty sure he says make them. That's what he says. Make them adults again.
But I don't think it's ever been established that you can't undo another dragon's wish.
But we've never seen it done.
Yeah.
Well, the dragon has to be rule. The dragon has to be stronger in order to do certain things.
Yeah,
So if he's undoing a wish, that automatically puts Demon Realm Purunga above Shinron.
Which is what I said, which is what I feel like Demon World Purunga is above Shenron.
Yeah, but isn't Namek Purunga stronger than Shenron as well? Because when in the Buu saga, they used the Namek balls to resurrect everybody, which Shenron's already done before. And if you know they can't be resurrected more than once, right?
Well,
so Purunga's able to...
Individuals can't be wished back more than once. They never said whole populations can't be brought back more than once.
Well, I thought it was because Dinde had to upgrade the Dragon Balls again, because initially you could only wish back one person at a time, and then
you're right, and then he upgraded it to do it more than once. You're right.
Yeah, and then he upgraded it more to allow you to wish back a plethora of people.
But
no, you
had to decrease your wishes. So instead of 3 wishes, didn't you have to decrease your wishes? I'm pretty sure, because if you had more than one wish, it weakened what the dragon could do.
I could have sworn that was always in there, because they were like, you can't wish back whole populations of people. We knew that before we even went to Namek, didn't we?
Yeah, that was OG Dragon Ball, because what King Piccolo and that were doing, innit, when he was murking people and that. And they
laid down the rules. Like they never. That's the one thing I will say. A lot of people say Dragon Ball breaks its own continuity, but they have never broken the rules of the Dragon Balls. They have never broken them. Shinron's never brought somebody back 2 times, like a direct wish to bring somebody back 2 times. I would say the only thing they broke was giving back like somebody's body, like Krillin's body, but they made that specifically clear that Purunga did that as like a good faith type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But have we got the sub version and the dub version yet? Because that's bugging
Nah,
the shit
I
out
stopped
of me.
looking for a second. Hold on.
Oh,
No, he was like, hold on, what did Monarch say? He said something else. He was like, the only drawback was someone he was like, the only drawback was someone who already died can be brought back by the Earth Dragon Balls.
yeah, so then that would make Purunga stronger than Shenron.
Yeah.
Because Purunga
Yeah,
could bring back whatever.
But then that's what I'm saying, because then there was a moment where Dinde upgraded the Dragon Balls again.
Yeah, when he first came to Earth and Piccolo asked him, and he said, "Can you do that, Dende?" Like, you know.
Yeah.
And he was
But
like,
that's
"Yeah,
what I'm
of
saying.
course."
Yeah. So I think initially they weren't. Initially, it was only. I thought it was only one person at a time,
But
and then Dinde upgraded
yeah,
them.
but
Hmm.
wouldn't that still make Purunga the stronger dragon? Because if Kami didn't know how to do that, that means he wasn't fully versed in the Dragon Ball's makings, right? Whereas Dende, a kid, was able to come over and be like, "Yeah, no sweat, that's light
That's
work."
what I was like.
And
Yeah, that's what I
Piccolo
was like.
couldn't remember none of that, and he was fused
Yeah.
with Kami at the time, and he was like, "Can you
Yeah.
do that?" You know what I mean? So it just goes to show Purunga must be stronger because again, they used Purunga in the Boo saga. They had to use Purunga in the Boo saga. They couldn't use Earth.
Yeah.
So they didn't use Earth Dragon Balls.
I'll give you that. I think I'll swap back. Yeah, Shenron at the bottom, Purunga third.
Yeah,
Tarumbo,
Shenron's got to be the
Tarumbo.
weakest. Although
They
Shenron
never-
looks one of the best.
They didn't act. They never actually even said the wish.
What?
I don't think they actually show the wish. I just
Nah.
looked at the scene of it, and I don't think they actually said the wish. I think they left that ambiguous until we see them growing.
That's weird.
Maybe that's how Dragon Ball don't unbreak their continuity, like what Tim said. They didn't show us what they actually said, so there's no way of us knowing that it broke the law. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, now we're all questioning life, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. But yeah, no. I think because I think the most dangerous. I'd probably say the most dangerous is Tarumbo because
He's the most dangerous. What he could do
you giving
to
up something. You giving up something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like that old horror film, The Wishmaster. You know what I mean? He'll give you something, but he's taking your soul at the same time.
Yeah, or like that,
you know what I mean?
Or it's like that Full Metal Alchemist is like equivalent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave here with something. Tarumbo's like, I'm leaving here with something.
I think out of like all of the hold on, here it goes right here. But I think out of all of the dragons, I think Super Shenron's the most dangerous, followed by Tarumbo.
Tarumbo,
yeah. So Super Shenron is the upgraded version. Right.
I would like to know who made the Super Dragon Balls. Did they ever mention? I can't remember, man.
Zalama.
The thing they said Zalama.
You know, it's such a while since I've read it.
So they do say the wish, but the only one I can see doesn't have fucking subtitles.
Hold on. So Monarch said in regards to the upgrade, he said the upgrade he made, the upgrade Dinde made it to the Earth Dragon Balls. He gave Shenron 3 wishes to regular customers, Earth heroes, but first timers don't get 3 wishes.
Yeah,
they only get one.
but bringing back whole populations takes up 2 wishes though.
Okay.
So that means that if you've got 3 and you bring back a whole population, you only have 1 more left. But if you've got 1 wish, you can't bring back a whole population.
How many wishes does it take for a Brazilian butt lift then?
The true question is how many times was she doing 3 all at once?
Yeah, can you imagine? She was getting her bum done, her cheeks done, and everything, bro. And she's a millionaire. She could have just went to the local fucking cosmetic surgery place, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I've always said this, and I've always said this as well. It's like that whole misuse of the Dragon Balls there. If they ever really wanted to go down the whole route of the Shadow Dragons, you could probably do that. in this.
Yeah, you imagine a dragon with like a gigantic Brazilian butt lift bum, innit? Like that's what it's gonna be, bro, innit? Like you know,
But basically, like Shenron
the
could just
black
come out and be
smoke
like,
Brazilian butt lift dragon. Like, you know?
he's like, yeah, he's like, you're messing up too much. And if
I still think the Shadow Dragons, like you can hate on GT, whatever, man, innit? I still think that made one of the most sense arcs ever. You know what I mean? It just made sense. You know?
I wouldn't.
That does make sense.
I don't like all the dragons in it. I think some of the dragons are a bit stupid and whatever, but the actual premise of the dragons and the way it comes around, I think that's one of the best writing ever, man.
Yeah, I think there was only 3. Wait, there was 3. No, there was 4 that I liked. Ice, Fire.
Love the Ice and Nova. Yeah.
Omega and
yeah,
the one that comes out smoking.
Oh, the Capone one. Yeah. The Al Capone dragon. Yeah. I like him.
Remember what episode that wish was?
Wasn't that like to do with was it to do with the panties from Oolong or something? Didn't he ask?
No, my bad. I was talking about Diamond, not GT. My bad.
Oh, okay, no worries.
I gotta find this out because now it's
stuck in your brain.
Yeah.
But wait. You see 18? With Omega Shenron, do you also like his first form, Sin Shenron?
I don't.
It's not the same person. It's not the same person.
No, I know.
Yeah, Sin and Omega are two completely different characters. Yeah. So, like, you've got Sin, who's voiced by a completely different dude, and then obviously when he transforms to Omega, he's voiced by Vegeta. So he's a completely different.
So, what about the guy that's on your agency who's got the Omega Shenron? Who's got the?
And now that's Sin Shenron. It's a different one. That's Sin Shenron. So it is Omega, but it's like his first form, and that's Bob Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't say the wish.
Really? That's such bollocks. Credits to John Bergmeyer though for writing Shadow Dragons. Say that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's an underrated arc because, like I've said they've started to take, like, I feel like what they've done is they've started to take things from all this other stuff, because look at Granola. Granola is a rehashed version of the baby arc. The Saiyans kill their people, and the guy wants to get revenge, and boom, right? And
the prison, the galactic prison.
Oh, that's why we don't know. My bad.
That's from Dragon Ball GT. So there's a deleted story of Dragon Ball GT of a prison arc on a different universe where the prisoners break out and they're super powerful. They just took it out of Dragon Ball GT to just cut GT's episodes to a bit shorter. But that was all in GT, and then they reused it for the Galactic Patrol arc.
But that was also introduced during the Jocko one shot that he did.
Yeah.
But I will say, so I just realized they did say the wish, but they said it in Namekian. Remember, he had to speak to him in Namekian. So we don't know if it's actually turned back.
Is there any weirdos out there that know how to speak Namekian? Like, people that speak Klingon and shit from Star Trek? Like, anyone out there that knows Namekian language? Like,
that's crazy how we think we heard the wish, but we didn't hear the wish.
What's that called? Is it a Mandela effect or something like that? Isn't that what that's called? Something like that.
Yeah.
Is it a Mandela effect? I'm pretty sure it is.
That's actually kind of trippy. That
I'm sure he says the wish, bruv.
Unless is Namekian just backwards language? Oh no, the backwards language is the language.
No, that's back slang. Yeah, no, that's something else. But I used to be able to talk back slang fluently, bro. Like, it's definitely not back slang.
No, because remember to talk to Super Shenron, you have to say it backwards. Like that's all it is. It's talking to him backwards.
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't know, man. Someone needs to work this out for us, bro.
Yeah, he said it in the making. We won't ever know. So you can say it's you can take it with a grain of salt if he reversed the wish or just says turn them into adults. It's
Uh,
I think at that point in time, it's up to imagination. I think to keep our agenda alive, he didn't revert of which he just said turn them to adults.
Yeah. So I think he's made it as a completely new wish of to like make them
Mandela,
adults.
yeah, I knew I was right, bro. I appreciate that. Sorry, I was
Make
reading the
them-
comments, innit?
So he was like make them adults, which I like, because I like that lack of clarity, because it's, you know, we'll never know, because it's like, how do you know how do wishes, you know, get reversed, and can other dragons reverse? Listen, I ain't trying, I wonder what Torombo would have charged for that one. Like, hey, you want me to turn them back to adults? Do you want me to make them adults? What you got for me,
I
bro?
think
Like,
I think Glorio would have he would have died for that wish. Honestly,
Yeah, he
'cause
wasn't that
he was
strong,
willing.
yeah.
He thought Arenzu was going to kill him for doing it, right?
Mm.
Which they kind of made it seem like she was going to do something when they crossed paths and she gave a side eye, but it never
Yeah.
went anywhere. Daima is really weird in that aspect. It gives us a vibe of doing something and then it never happens. Which is very weird. Like
The
type of
fusion
thing.
bugs, which pissed me off majorly, bro. Those
Oh,
fusion
man,
bugs were sick. I'm sitting there thinking, yo, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we're getting it. Or a whole new form, like something completely different instead of Gogeta and Vegito. And then it's just like, bro, what was the point in even mentioning those fusion bugs, bro? You just ruined every childhood feeling in my life, bro. Like,
They were probably going to do Vegeta or Gogeta and then change last second. So they had Goku drop the bugs.
yeah, it's wank, bro. I was well pissed off about that, bro.
They might bring it back. I think they should do a Daima too, honestly, or give us Glorio
Yeah.
and Arenzu again.
Yeah.
I would, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a Diamond too. You know, it wasn't great by any means, but then, like, you know, let's be honest, Dragon Ball GT didn't start off very great, and then like we got
think
some
Daima
really
was
good concept from it.
I personally enjoyed Daima a lot.
I enjoyed it, but like, again, I'm gonna say it wasn't great. There was like aspects of it where I thought they could have done that better. And like what's he called? Goma. His whole design is just basically a Jiren on steroids with horns. You know what I mean? Like Jiren took some growth hormones, and you know that's basically what that is. And then you got the Ginyu Force. You got essentially the Ginyu Force. I can't remember what they're called now.
The gerrymandered.
That's it. Yeah.
Like that.
Whatever they're called. Yeah, that's what I mean. You got like the Ginyu Force. Like, I get why they did it. Like, it was fun. It was funny, like a good throwback and stuff like that. But kind of like what you've said before, Tim, like where they've only ever done Dragon Ball like once, but we've watched it so many times. It's like the gag's done. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, move on.
But
like,
you know,
like,
I'll say this though. I think if you're not used to any of Toriyama's later work, I don't think you would understand the difference between Daima and Dragon Ball original, like, you know, Z or even Super. Super kind of ties into it, but the vibes that Daima gives me is Sandland vibes. That's what it gives me. It makes me feel like Sandland. So I think if you know like Sandland and then compare it to Daima, I think that's why I enjoy it, because I liked his more later storytelling where he builds up the world. Like 2/3 of Daima itself is building up the world, and then we get to everything else. Like, because that's why we spend a lot of time in the first demon world, because we're learning more about their society. I know a lot of people were angry and upset that we didn't get too much of the second world, but they made it perfectly clear. This is where the Glens, the Nameks, and then the Giants lived, right? This is an inhabitable, I said that word completely wrong, place, right? The Kraken was in that world. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can live in that world for real. And then they told you, like, pretty much if you looked at the levels, it was pretty much like a class hierarchy. You had like the lower class, middle class, upper class, right? there is no more middle class, which is saying a lot about society nowadays. There is no more middle class, but but that's kind of what they were trying to show us. I personally enjoyed like the world building in one. I didn't need to see it go down in different levels and stuff because we still got that information.
Yeah.
Sorry for the side rant. Like
no, it's all right. And I think
that's calm. It's a good way to look at it.
Who should the first three people fuse? Should like if we get the fusion bugs, who'd be the first three people?
What
wait, three people in one?
Look,
or
yeah, because the fusion bugs, everybody thought it was going to be a 3-way fusion. I remember Destiny said it was going to be Go Gigolo.
Go Gigolo, yeah.
I don't know, that sounds like a different kind of movie right there, bro. Like, I don't know about that.
Go Gigolo, man, Gigolo.
Yeah, and then I think the Monarch said if I had the chance to change Goma, I would change Goma for Demigra.
Demigira.
That's
yeah.
I would honestly.
That's not bad with Mirror and Toa.
That's what I was about to say. I would replace Goma with Mira.
Yeah.
No, with Toa and a Renzu with Mira. I would just make you could still call
it
just change the name out because I think that would have been perfect because Mira is Deborah's sister. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Deborah's sister is Mira, so it make more sense for her to try to be the king of the demon
world. Yeah.
Versus a Renzu, right? Because they never even like it kind of didn't make sense for Renzu the want to be like it. I don't know. I just know that would have been better in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Give us Mira, Toa, and Fu right there.
To be honest, I remember saying this after I watched it. I thought that I honestly thought it was gonna be. I thought Mirror and that were gonna turn up at some point, man. Innit? Like to be fair, but they didn't. Maybe they're saving that for Dynamite 2. Yeah.
I still want to see the Timebreaker saga, anyways. The Time Patrol saga. I want to see that actually brought into the anime,
that'd be cool.
which I'll preach over and over again. They just need to make it an actual multi-series franchise. Like they need multiple series going on at once versus just having Super going.
What about Margin, Do, Who, and Boo? There's your 3-way fusion right there. What do you reckon that'd look like?
Majin Zoo.
Majin Zoo.
That'd be quite cool.
What if that turned into Fu?
Oh, well, there you go. See, this is what I mean. That because like Ku was extremely smart, you know what I mean, and Do and Boo were just extremely powerful and durable. So
and Fu is all the way broken.
Yeah, like fully. See that?
Because it doesn't make sense. It kind of doesn't make sense for. He said Majin Ooh.
It's like that old brand in America, you know, Fubu. You know, and Boo-Fu. Like, you know,
like the whole thing is like it because it doesn't make sense for Mira and Toa to be able to have a kid because Toa is an android.
Yeah, true.
Right, so it doesn't like Fu has to be created. So if they did something like that, like merge them, or even if it because I honestly thought Do and Ku were going to merge together. I kept on joking around saying like Lord Dooku, like Count Dooku from Star Wars. That's who he was going to become.
Said it was all Star Wars, man, innit? Like, you know, the whole world building, like you said, same thing that Star Wars did back in the day, built the world around it first.
Yeah, man. But that, like, I really thought that they were going to fuse together and they were going to give us like Fu, honestly, at that point in time. But we didn't get it. It is what it is.
No, I hear that. But yeah, no.
Fuse Gohan Yamcha. Why didn't you put that one on the screen? I know you read it. Fuse Gohan Yamcha and King Kai, so we can call it a trash can. Yeah. I know you read that one.
I read it. I ignored it. So I was like, I'm not about to, but it's whatever. And I think Monarch said, didn't we get a Toa lookalike in Daima?
Well, Glorio was kind of
Gloria. Yeah, I was gonna say Glorio had the same hair and that,
and skin color.
Yeah.
That was about it. And I guess like it was set up to kind of have him like that, but
Glorio fell flat, man. He was dead.
What?
Yeah, he fell flat, man. He was dead, bro. He was wet.
He had one of the best story arcs.
Oh,
Redemption.
get out of here, man.
Well,
he was
I
like
mean,
a flannel in a bathtub, bro.
Story.
Nah, I didn't rate him, bro.
The only thing we were missing from it is how Arenzu met Glorio. That was the only thing.
There you go. Ruined it all then, bro. Ruined it all. Ruined it all, mate. All right.
What?
Listen, Glorio just weren't good, man. He was wank, bro. Like,
what?
He was just boring as shit,
Richie,
man. He was that. He was
some side.
He was a side dish, bro, that was just brought in to be there, bro.
This is your worst take ever.
Nah, I'm not having it, bro. I'm having my Kenny moment, bro. I'm having my Kenny moment in it. Like Glorio was dead, bro.
This is worse than Mike's Goma would beat Beerus. Okay, this is
who
worse
the hell said that? Mike.
Glorio was the best new
character
introduced to us in Daima.
What, bro? I prefer the guy that had the belt that traded it with the hat, bro. He was more exciting to me, bro.
No way. Hey, look, I will say this: when the chick approached Hybis, right? I originally thought that was Degasu in disguise. I thought he just went cross-dressing to get the hat. I was really hoping and wishing it was. I think maybe originally it was, but they decided to go a different direction with it. Because Goma was like, do whatever you need to do to get it. And then we see her. And I was like, yo, that's Degasu. That is Degasu.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, Z Warrior said that. Z Warrior said that Goma can beat Beerus.
And Mike, I think funny enough, and Mike's just joined the Instagram. So yeah, you can.
Mike smoked way too much crow, bro. Innit?
Look, here's the thing, Mike. If you're in here, Richie just gave a take worse than that, and that was
no, he didn't.
Glorio was the worst thing in Daima. Okay.
Yeah, he was
Glorio
was
the best new character we got. He was the best new character we got.
I preferred Pansy. Bro, I'm going with Pansy, innit? Like, I'll take Pansy over Glorio all day. Glorio was a pansy, bro. Like, literally, Glorio was a pansy, bro. He should have been called Pansy.
No way. Glorio got bitchy.
You know what? Yeah,
he was the first one. Look, he was after everybody got beat down by Goma. He was the first one back in action to help Goku.
Barely.
He was. Everybody else was like, what are we going to do? And Glorio was like, shit, I'm catching wreck. And went back up there, and then Piccolo followed him. And Vegeta sat there and was like, oh, I can't do nothing without a bug.
Oh, God.
Mike said Glorio was the MVP in Daima.
Yes.
No way. Yeah, but Mike said some crazy shit all the time. Like, I can't validate anything Mike says. He says the craziest shit all the time.
No. That's the craziest thing.
Like, the Goma would be.
Everyone's entitled to a Kenny moment, bruv. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Everyone's entitled to a Kenny moment.
So you admit you're just rage baiting right now. That's what it is. You admit you're just rage baiting right now. Okay. You're not gonna get me worked up. I tell you that. You ain't getting me worked up.
I got you, man, for a bit though, innit?
I was like, ooh, what's going on here? You know, I was like,
that's a crazy. But there's some people that actually think like that, though. There's some people that actually think Glorio was like. Now I joke around and I say he's a Han Solo ripoff, but
100%.
Yeah, but Glorio was the best. Like, he was the best thing in the best character.
Han Solo was the best thing in Star Wars, man. He gave that comic relief. He was hilarious, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, I loved Han Solo in Star Wars, bro. He's probably my favorite character after Jar Jar Binks.
I will say, after that wish was made, right, and he's walking up, like that moment was palpable. Like, you felt the tension from Glorio. And then Pansy jumps up and Goku finally calls him Glorio. After that moment, he finally calls him Glorio.
Yeah, the homeboy knew his name the whole time. He was just trolling him. I swear he was trolling.
Glirio? Wasn't that what he was calling him? Like Glirio, Gloria, like stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think, was it Bamba just said, leave Kid out of this.
To be honest, man, I like the scene when Pansy's dad and that turn up to back him as well, man. Innit? I thought that was like a cool scene as well. It felt like an old school Z Warriors moment where man just turned up at the right time and that. I don't know. I'm just one of those guys. I love a team effort.
No. I hear that. Monarch just said, "Fuck Han Solo." He raised the child just to die to his hands. Weak ass.
When the hell did he do that?
When Kylo killed him.
But he barely had a hand in raising him, bruv. He was off at that Jedi Tower getting raised by Luke flipping Skywalker. Luke, I'm a broken man, Skywalker. He was getting raised by him half the time, man, innit? Like, that don't count, bro. If Han Solo would have had a hand in that, bro, he would have slapped Kylo and been like, "Shut up, bruv, do as you're told." You know, that's the kind of brother that Han was. No, I'm not having that, bruv. Don't be dissing Han like that. I can't accept that.
The Skywalkers were the worst thing that happened in that universe. Let's be honest. Both
100%. They literally
created two Sith. They created two Sith Lords. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. They were meant to balance the Force. In fact, they absolutely ruined the Force. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Absolutely mental. All right. On that note, yeah, we're gonna close things out.
You remember Dragon Ball has a dog for a president? Nobody talks about
that. Do you not remember the rabbit that used to turn people into carrots and shit, bro?
Master Carrot.
Yeah, Master Carrot. Yeah.
Canonically,
Legend.
after Piccolo destroyed the moon, because I think Roshi had already exploded it once at that point in time. They're floating through space. Canonically, Toriyama said they are floating through space right now because the moon got exploded, and so they're just floating.
You know what else, bruv? Yeah, that not many people bring up, and this actually goes back to how weak Shenron is that King Piccolo was able to kill him with a one shot.
Yeah,
one shot. King Piccolo killed him, obliterated him into little bits.
But I don't think like
Hi, Kyle.
when I'm talking about strength wise, I'm just talking about their wishes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think King Piccolo would have took out Purunga like that, bro. That Purunga was like a Brock Lesnar. Like, you know what I mean? I think the Namek dragon.
Oh, because both of them are Purunga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either one of them, bro. They both look like Brock Lesnar.
He was
no way.
Purunga was a part-time wish granter, full-time bodybuilder. When he was in the Dragon Balls, my man was like straight to the.
He dabbled in a bit of MMA as well. Like,
you know what? One thing still confuses me, right? And I know we was about to wrap it up, but this is the one thing that still confuses me is that Piccolo knows everything about like the Nameks and stuff like that. Like he knows who his dad is. He understands like some of Namekian culture, but yet he can't remember his name. He knows his dad's name, but he can't remember.
He can't even speak the language. He's
still the nameless Namekian. Oh, and let's talk about he can't speak the language anymore because he spoke it like 15 years prior during the World Tournament, and he's saying it's been too long since he last spoke it. My man. Kami is in you who spoke fluent Namekian.
Yeah. And Nail
too.
Yeah.
and as we saw, there's still like their consciousness is still inside Piccolo.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully,
and because he gets all of the knowledge from them because he knew who Dende was.
Yeah, very true. That is true. Yeah, Piccolo sucks,
he knew
bro.
Who the fuck Itachi was.
Piccolo sucks, bro. He's still one of my favorite characters, but he sucks, bro.
Piccolo is
I'll tell you one thing though, he is 100% better than Gohan.
He's like who?
He's like Robin from One Piece. He knows everything but says nothing until it's time to say something about it. Like that's Piccolo.
I mean, he
basically Jackie Chan in Rush Hour 1, innit? Like before he starts talking to Chris Tucker. That's what he is.
Sarah said, "No, he doesn't." He's like, he knows nothing. Oh no, legend. Excellent. Oh man. But yeah, no, with that said, guys, oh my god. Like, yeah, thank you so much for obviously joining us here on this live stream here, getting that good Dragon Ball conversation going. Yeah, I'd like to thank my boys, Kyle, Tim times 10, Richie from the Oxford Card Show, and just so you know, if you are in the UK, the Oxford Card Show is on the 28th and the 29th. And you can get tickets at the Oxford Card Show Instagram page. And if, who doesn't like this, want a bargain deal here, you can use the Ginyu Talk codes, which is Ginyu Talk PC, all in caps, for 10% off on tickets. So
15% off, you mug, with your code.
Oh, I thought it was 10%.
Nah, it's 15% with your code.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then Sarah just said, yeah, Piccolo got his shining superhero, and that was it, basically. To be fair, no, he said he got his shine in superhero. He didn't say that's it, but he just said he got his shine.
Gifted shine, yeah, gifted shine, yeah. I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, no. With that said, guys, we will see you guys in the next episode. So yeah, peace out.
Peace.